up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it's time for another Pop Off with Maddison. For today's Pop Off, I'm going to be talking about Shakira and Gerard Piqué because, you guys, there is some serious fresh tea that we need to discuss. Okay, so as I'm sure some of you may or may not have seen, over the weekend, Shakira announced on Instagram that she is leaving Barcelona, and in fact, she is moving to Miami with her children. However, the part that was not mentioned in her Instagram caption is the fact that Shakira is reportedly leaving Barcelona because Gerard Piqué's father sent her a freaking eviction notice. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that part of the tea stopped me in my freaking tracks because isn't Gerard Piqué the one who cheated? Which, speaking of Gerard Piqué, you guys, I also want to fill you in on some comments he recently made during one of his recent interviews. He's talking about the hate he's been receiving from Shakira's fans. He's doing his best to try to drum up any sympathy he can, but it is not working. So obviously, we're gonna discuss that as well. But first, because this is the first pop-up of the week, you know, I have to check in and see how the House of Hill is doing. So let me know how you are, what you've been up to, all of that good stuff down below. Me personally, you guys, I'm currently struggling with an allergy attack. As I'm sure you can tell, my eye is a little bit swollen. My nose is super red because it has been running non-freaking stop. I'm someone who has allergies 365. Like, I am a seasonal allergy girly. I always have been ever since I was little. And normally I can keep my allergies under control, but every once in a while they act up where they just are doing their own thing. They're uncontrollable, and this is one of those times. I think it's because it's really windy right now, so all of the allergens are just in the air, and let me tell you, they are freaking killing me. So I'm going to do my best to get through this pop-off without my eyes tearing or my nose running or sneezing. So fingers crossed that I can do it. And in an effort to do it, I'm going to go ahead and stop talking about my allergies because I'm sure you straight to the tea people are like, Maddison, as much as we love hearing about your snot, we would really like to get into the Shakira and Gerard Piqué tea, and I don't blame you. Sorry, that was a TMI, but I feel like we're on that level. You know what I mean? Anyway, go ahead and put this time code down there in the comments to help out your fellow straight to the tea people. And now let's get to unwrapping these Shakira and Gerard Piqué facts. Okay, you guys, so as you all know by now, Shakira and Gerard Piqué ended up going their separate ways last summer after they were together for more than a decade. And while the two were never married, they do share 2 children together. And also, as you all know, their split has been anything but amicable. In fact, it has been full of drama thanks to cheating rumors and diss tracks. And now the fresh tea I have for you today, you guys, is staying on brand when it comes to Shakira and Gerard Piqué's split because it is also full of freaking drama. Okay, so as I briefly mentioned at the beginning of this video, Shakira announced over the weekend that her and her sons were leaving Barcelona. It's reported that she is going to move with her children to Miami. And in fact, according to the Daily Mail, her kids are expected to start school already at the end of the month in Miami. Now, in Shakira's Instagram caption where she announced this move, she said, quote, "I settled in Barcelona to give my son stability, the same that we are now looking for in another corner of the world besides family, friends, and the sea. Today, we started a new chapter in search of happiness." She went on to thank, quote, "everyone who surfed many waves with me in Barcelona, the city where I learned that without a doubt, friendship is longer than love." She then did go on to seemingly address her split from Gerard Piqué, saying, quote, "Thank you to everyone who encouraged me, dried my tears, inspired me, and made me grow. Thank you to the Spanish public who always wrapped me up with care and loyalty. For you all, this is just to see you later. And like my father always said, we'll see you in the curves." So definitely Shakira's Instagram caption was an emotional goodbye to the city of Barcelona, which makes complete sense. She spent a large chunk of her life there. She had her children there. She's raised her children there up until this point. And to throw even more salt into that freaking wound, we've now learned that the reason why Shakira is leaving Barcelona so quickly is because Gerard Piqué's father sent her an eviction notice. So you guys, according to a report from the Mirror, Shakira and her kids were still living in the house that she shared with Gerard Piqué. And clearly Gerard Piqué's father is the one who technically owns this property because he allegedly sent Shakira an eviction notice last month. So according to this report from the Mirror, you guys, when Shakira was sent this eviction notice by Gerard Piqué's father, she was given 2 options. She either had to vacate the property by April 30th, so the end of this month, or pay compensation. Now, there's no word on how much exactly this compensation was, but I do want to mention that Shakira does still have a tax evasion case going on in Spain. Remember, she is accused of defrauding the Spanish government of 14.5 million euros, euros, which is about 13.9 million US dollars. So I feel like that probably went into the decision making whenever Shakira was presented with the two options of either vacating the property or paying this compensation. Again, that's pure speculation on my part. Either way, I'm sure it was an incredibly difficult decision for Shakira to decide to leave the country that she's called home for so many years, where she had her children, where her children also have roots and have friends and have been going to school. Like, I cannot imagine. That had to have been a really, really tough decision. Now, in addition to that, you guys, like I briefly mentioned at the beginning of this video, Gerard Piqué is definitely following his father's actions and making some pretty bold moves. So he recently did an interview with a Spanish journalist, and he addressed the hate that he's been receiving from Shakira's fans since their split. Now, quick refresher, you guys, Gerard Piqué has been getting a lot of hate because he was not faithful to Shakira. He's already gone Instagram official with his much younger girlfriend, Clara Chiamariti. And the last interview he did where he talked about the split, I filled you guys in on this during a pop-off. He talked about how he's never been happier in his life and how he wants to be faithful to himself, just really showing no remorse for any of his actions or any of the hurt that he put Shakira and their kids through. So yeah, while the man has been receiving a lot of hate, I just wanted to remind you that it's not totally unwarranted. But anyway, you guys, about the hate that he's been receiving, Gerard Piqué's responses have been translated. He first said, quote, "With the theme that's gone on in the past year with my ex, she's Latino Americana, and you have no idea what I've received on social media from her fans. And I don't care about any of it. Truly zero, because I don't know them. They are people who have no lives. You're never going to meet them. They're like robots." He then went on to say that he won't give any attention to things that he can't control, and that there's this theme of, quote, throwing beef. He said this is a trend. He went on to say, quote, "We don't think about the consequences it can have on the person's mental health who we're throwing this beef to. If you are too much about the comments, you are dead." Then, of course, Piqué had to once again reiterate how happy he is since his split, saying, quote, "I'm in a moment where I'm really happy, and I try to have the best moments with the people, my inner circle who love me, and this is indispensable." So yeah, obviously I have a lot of thoughts about this whole Shakira eviction situation and Gerard Piqué's comments, so we're gonna go ahead and make this pop off official and pop off with some bubbly. Not the kind of bubbly you're thinking of, because like I said, I am on a myriad of allergy medications right now, so I figured I'd play it safe and just go with a nice little peach bubbly. But let's go ahead and make this pop off official. Okay, you guys, so when I first saw that Shakira was leaving Barcelona and there were reports that she was moving with her kids to Miami, I initially wasn't too surprised because I do remember there being rumblings whenever news broke of Shakira and Gerard Piqué's split that Shakira would most likely leave Barcelona and move to Miami. However, I thought the idea of Shakira and her kids moving to Miami had subsided now that, you know, things were starting to kind of calm down with her and Gerard Piqué's breakup. And I also thought, you guys, that Gerard Piqué would probably put up a pretty big fight on his kids moving to a completely different country away from him, because I imagine when your kids aren't even in the same country, it would make it very difficult to co-parent. But clearly I was mistaken. The idea of Shakira and her kids moving to Miami was never taken off the table, and if anything, it was just sped up because of Gerard Piqué's dad. You guys, when I saw that the reason why Shakira was leaving Barcelona now was because Gerard Piqué's father served her an eviction notice that gave her two options to either leave or pay up, I was shook. And look, I'm not a complete idiot. I know that Shakira and Gerard Piqué are no longer together. I know that this was most likely a business decision for Gerard Piqué's dad, because why is he going to continue paying on a property where his son is no longer living? I mean, his grandkids are still living there, but I'm trying to see this man's side. So I understand on one hand that this was definitely a business decision, but then, you guys, there's an even bigger part of me that is like, sir, Mr. Gerard Piqué's dad, can you please just let this woman move out with your grandchildren on her own sweet time, considering the reason why she's having to move out of this house is because your son couldn't keep it in his pants and had an affair? Like, come on now. Your son is the one who cheated. Your son already humiliated her, and now you're going to humiliate her again by giving her this eviction notice and making it public. I don't know. The whole thing is just absolutely wild to me, and I don't even know why I'm so surprised by this, because remember the last pop-off I did about Gerard Piqué and Shakira? I filled you guys in on how a source told The Sun that Piqué's mom allegedly knew about his affair the entire time. So when I remember that information, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by Gerard Piqué's father doing this. Silly old me, I just figured the mother of your grandchildren just deserved a little bit more respect. But what do I know? Again, I feel like Piqué's dad knew what he was doing. He knew that presenting Shakira with the two options of either vacating the property or paying this level of compensation that she clearly couldn't afford would force her out. And that just gives me the ick, just like Gerard Piqué's recent comments about the hate he's been receiving on social media. I'm telling you, I really don't have much sympathy for this man because, again, he brought this on himself. And him continuing to do interviews where he shows zero remorse for his actions, I feel like is only bringing more hate onto himself. And also, let me make it clear, because I know some people are going to get it twisted, I'm not saying that Gerard Piqué deserves threats of physical harm or anything like that. You guys know I don't stand for that. I think that's disgusting, and a lot of times I think people who say really, really awful things like that actually are not fans of any one person. They're just trying to insert themselves into any drama. However, do I think Gerard Piqué deserves to be called out for his actions and how he treated Shakira and for cheating on Shakira and for flaunting his new girlfriend in her face? Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's the worst thing ever. And I also think the guy can't be surprised that he's been receiving such hate for his actions. I mean, he had to know this was going to happen. I know the man has an ego on him and he thinks that he can do no wrong and that the public is going to love him no matter what, but that is not the case. And the fact that he still is just going out here talking about his own happiness and again not showing any remorse is mind-boggling to me. I mean, hopefully at this point, I just hope that Shakira and her kids can start a new chapter in Miami. I feel like they're going to find a great support system there. Hopefully her kids are able to find some good friends in the school there. I do feel for the kids because holy moly, starting at a new school in the middle of the year in a new country, that sounds like it's going to be difficult, but I'm hopeful that this new chapter is going to be good for Shakira and her kids. And as far as Gerard Piqué is concerned, I hope this man stops doing interviews. I hope this man stops trying to say that he is so happy and he's never been happier, because nobody wants to hear it. Go be with your younger girlfriend. Go do you. Just please stop talking about it. And yes, I know Shakira has done her diss tracks, but something about this man just continuing to rub how happy he is in everyone's face, including Shakira's, just doesn't sit right with me. I'm not a fan. So yeah, I just hope Gerard Piqué goes away for a little while, let Shakira and their kids start over, and let's hope that the drama between these two finally does start to settle. But you know, when anything happens, I'll be sitting right here to fill you in. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you when it comes to Shakira and Gerard Piqué. I want to hear all of your thoughts and feels down below. While you guys are at it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell. For more content, make sure you guys follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, don't forget to keep coming back here to check out my YouTube shorts. If you guys want to show me a little extra love, or you just want to make sure I see your comment, don't forget you can also hit that super thanks button down below. You guys can also check out all of my merch over on my merch store at houseofhill.com. And on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!